Yeah, Joe Biden. What a kook. I can't wait till he meets Greta Thunberg. Can we get those two together? You know? Have him creep out on her. You know, he hugs her for too long. He's like, is it global warming or is it hot in here? She's like, how dare you? I'm a big fan of Asians. I think they're the best group. I think they're number one. I don't think they get the credit they deserve. I'm an Asian supremacist all the way. I think they're better than the rest. Any Asian people here? Hey, all right. You should be working. Come on. What are you doing having a good time? That's not the Asian I know, goddammit. I want you dealing blackjack or sitting on a box peeling something. Come on. I mean, this is a tough time in history for black people. Black people are going through it. The two people who have it tough right now are black people and women named Karen. They're having a tough go. But yeah, poor black people. I mean, they got hit hard by the disease, you know, which I'm shocked by because black people are so strong. I'm surprised. I thought they'd be fine with illness. I mean, look at Magic Johnson. He's still kicking, right? He's doing great. Hell, he beat Kobe. People like try to figure me out through my act. It's all jokes. I told an abortion joke recently, and a woman approached me. She was like, hey, that's very insensitive. I've had an abortion. You shouldn't tell jokes like that. I was like, whoa, hey, sorry. I just told a joke. I think what you did was much worse. I saw a bunch of people online are saying racist shit to Asian people. I'm like, look, if you're going to type a bunch of racist shit to Asian people, don't do it from an iPhone, all right? Have some respect for the kid who made it. Because a dick and a gun are very similar. If somebody pulled out either one right now, we'd all be like, whoa, is that meant for me? Jesus Christ. Don't point it at me. Damn. Dick and a gun, very similar. Both pointy. They shoot things. They come in different sizes. You can get a pistol or a shotgun. I'm circumcised, so I'm sawed off. So the idea of your parents having sex is so horrifying, isn't it? That's why I'm surprised parents don't use that as a threat. Wouldn't that be so effective? Like, hey, Timmy, you better clean that room. Me and your mom are going to go at it. All right, how'd you do that math test, Billy? I got a D. I'll show you some D. All right, I'll study you.
Now, you're allowed to be hateful in America as long as you're not specific. You know, if you go, I hate Jewish people, everybody goes, oh my God, what a bigot, prejudice. But if you go, I hate people, everybody goes, tell me about it.
Thank God dogs can't talk. We'd all go to jail, right? Just some chihuahua in a courtroom like, first he flipped me over. Then he caressed all 8 of my nipples. Then he slapped me on the ass repeatedly and said, you're a good girl, good girl. Oh, God. We harass dogs all day long, and they're perfect harassers. They can't talk, so they'll never report you. That's why they're man's best friend. Also, dogs forget stuff after like 2 seconds. You can stick your finger up a dog's ass and be like, well, that was weird. Frisbee! Boy, I hate flying. That's the worst part about this gig. I hate flying. I like a train. Give me an Amtrak any day. I love a train. Trains have such low self-esteem, you know? No bag check, no security. It's almost like they want a terrorist. I love it. I hate flying. Flying is so high maintenance. Flying's like a high maintenance chick. Like, you want to get inside me, you got to get here an hour early, take your shoes off, and do a body scan. You're like, Jesus Christ. Come on. Train's like a fat chick. Like, get a beer, get in here! What a time we're living in. I hope we get the antibody test. I don't know. Who knows? You know who's probably immune to this shit is the 2 girls, 1 cup chicks. I feel like they're gonna be fine. You know, those gals can take a licking. Love the gays. Gay guys are the best. I don't get the whole homophobia thing. Any homophobes here? I think homophobia can actually be kind of dangerous, you know? A friend of mine, he's kind of a tough guy. He went skydiving recently. He's like, yeah, I'm not strapping some guy to my back. That's super gay. Yeah, now he's dead. There you go. I like babies. Babies are fun. You know why babies are great? Because they're not evil yet. There's a million douchebags out there, but you never assume that baby will become one. Isn't that nice? That's why no one ever goes up to a pregnant woman, rubs her belly, and goes, ooh, this one's gonna suck. No, it's all up. It's all potential. It's all positive. Oh, it's kicking. Might be a pro soccer player. Right? It's never like, oh, it's kicking. Might hit his wife.
My friend just got dumped, so I took him out, tried to wingman him, meet some ladies for him. Didn't go too well, you know. He got upset. He's like, screw this. Let's go to a strip club. I don't get that logic. You know, to me, that's like going fishing, not catching anything, and being like, screw this. Let's go to the aquarium. Same thing.
It's weird you're allowed to be hateful in America as long as you're not specific. Isn't that weird? And if you're like, I hate Mexican people, everybody's like, oh my God, what a bigot, prejudice. But if you're like, I hate people, everybody's like, fucking right. Isn't that worse?
People are angry now, man. I had one of those White Lives Matter rallies go by my house the other day. I freaked out, then I realized, oh, it's just a half marathon.
Sometimes I wish I was gay. You know, I got fired from my last job for sexual harassment. I told a woman she had nice cleavage. They fired me. Which pissed me off because my gay friends at work would get away with murder. They'd be like, hey, Shelly, how are you? Honk, honk. Oh. It's like, what? Why is that okay? Like, well, I'm not attracted to women. I was like, so what? I'm not attracted to kids. I can't go to a playground. Hey, Timmy, get over here. I don't know what's going on. The whole country's nuts. Jimmy Fallon got in trouble for blackface. Like, what are we doing? That was 20 years ago. Why are we mad at Jimmy Fallon? The TV show put it out. NBC approved it. There was a writer's room. Why? It was 20 years ago. You know what I was doing 20 years ago? I was banging a 16-year-old. You can't judge stuff by the later date. I was also 16 20 years ago. If you didn't. I'm not racist. I look at racism the same way I look at Nickelback. You know? Yeah, you know, it's fun to joke about, but you never want to see it live. I think white people are just scared of saying the word black. We're just trying to avoid that at all costs. We don't want to get in trouble, you know? You could corner a white guy with a microphone, a video camera, like, what color is Ray Charles? He'd be like, he's blind. But what's his ethnicity? Piano player. What color's his skin? I got kids, man, come on.
Like, I was on the subway recently. I was watching an interracial couple make out. I was just staring at them. And the guy next to them caught me and he goes, what the hell? I see you staring at them. What are you, racist? I was like, what? Racist? No, I'm a creep. See a midget complaining. Never. Every other group complains. Never a midget. Never see it on the news, sitting at a desk, legs dangling, a little fish egg. Never. Every other group complains. I see women on the news, we have a glass ceiling. Midgets are like, you're worried about the ceiling? Holy shit. I'm trying to fuck with this counter, baby.
I use the term breast implants because I don't like the term fake breasts. I don't like the term. It doesn't make sense to me because the breasts are real. It's just the shit inside that's fake. You know? The actual breasts are still real. It's kind of like the Bible. The book is real. It's just the shit inside that's fake. I think we're all sick of this shit, though. I mean, the Corona's kind of like the check engine light. You know, when you first hear about it, you're like, damn, this is terrifying. And after a while, you're like, shit, I got to get to work. This is too much. Yeah. Some people didn't buy it, though. My uncle, he looks at Corona like it's the tooth fairy. He's like, I know this is all made up, but I'll take the free money.
I met a nice girl in that Jewish app. What's that Jewish app called? The Jewish one? What's the Jewish app? The other one. PayPal. Yeah. I feel like poor people and gay people have a lot in common, you know? Right? Both born that way. Yeah. Women just want to be our friends. And when you finally tell your parents, they're like, yeah, we knew.
Dates are tough now, too, because we have no patience. We want everything so quick. We want everything quick. We have no patience. We want Tinder, fast food, delivery, high-speed internet. Everything is so quick. The only thing we don't want quick is sex. When's that going to catch up? I was with a girl the other night. I finished kind of early. She's like, hey, what's going on here? I was like, well, these are the times we're living in. Come on. I don't have the patience for your vagina to be buffering. Let's go, huh? You're an analog girl in a digital world, sister. Pick it up.
My biggest fear used to be the bar closing. That was like my biggest fear. Now my biggest fear is my phone dying, you know? Which is pretty good. 100 years ago, we had real problems. My baby's got the black lung. She might not make it through the night. I'm like, I'm at 2%. I might actually have to feel something. Yeah. Who's got the energy to be racist, huh? That's got to suck to be racist. Wouldn't that be weird? Just like, you go to the bank, you're like, there's Jews here, I got to leave. What a horrible life. Man, put on an outfit, go to a meeting, all that stuff. I don't care about any group enough to hate it. Do whatever you want. Go nuts. I don't want to do anything. I'm lazy. I don't want to burn a cross or a calorie. Yeah. Everybody's worked up about something. Oh, there's Muslims on airplanes. Well, I'd rather a Muslim on a plane than a baby. I've never had a Muslim kick the back of my seat and piss in the aisle. I'm just saying, if the airport had a baby ban, I wouldn't protest.
I grew up in Louisiana. I grew up with this guy, hates minorities. Every type of minority, hates them all. Which is weird to me because he just had a baby. I find that strange. Because when you think about it, babies and minorities have all the same negative stereotypes. If you hate minorities, you should hate babies too. You know? Think about it. Babies are allowed in movie theaters. Yeah, right? They can't swim. They all look alike. Right? They're lazy. They don't work. You know? They can't drive. Terrible tippers. Yeah. Yeah, they come to this country not knowing the language. Everything's weird now. Are strip clubs open here? Really? So do the chicks have no clothes on but are wearing a mask? That seems weird. Like, hey, here's a sloppy 20. I'll put my nose in your butthole, but don't cough on me, whore. What are you, crazy? Everything's backwards. I went skiing recently with my friend. We're sitting on the ski lift. I was like, why don't you see more black people skiing? Why is that? My friend has no idea, but he's going to, half-ass his way through it because he doesn't want to seem dumb. So he's like, they don't grow up with it. Like, well, I'm from Louisiana. I'm here. Well, ski's very expensive. Right, yeah. Yeah, I've never seen a black guy with anything expensive on their feet. Just say you don't know.
Let me tell you about a story so true. We're showing me style and it's all so cool. It's about a garment torn and frayed. Getting this threads, the story conveyed. Walking down the streets with holes in my teeth. Each ripped things here, part of me you see. It ain't about the brand or the label it holds. It's about the journey, the stories it unfolds. In these ragged clothes I find my voice. A testament to resilience, my choice. From the streets to the stage I rock my style. In my tattered shirt I walk that mile. Ripped and torn, but still I stand in my ragged attire. I command, it's not just fabric, it's a statement I preach. In my threadbare garment, I find my reach. From the barrio to the bar, I make my mark. In my worn out jeans, I leave a spark. They may call it rags, but I call it art. In every stitch and tear, I'll play my part. It's the struggle of the streets, the hustle so real. In my tattered jacket, I seal the deal. A symbol of defiance against the status quo. My passion of pants, I let it show. It's not about the riches or the wealth I lack. In my faded hoodie, I stay on track. It's the heart of the hustle, the grind each day. In my worn out kicks, I find my way. Ripped and torn, but still I stand. In my ragged attire, I command. It's not just fabric, it's a statement I preach. In my threadbare garment, I find my reach. So here's to the ones with the clothes that tear. In our patched up attire we have, so let the world see our garments worn. For in our rags, our stories are born. In the language of the streets we speak. In our torn up clothes we find our peak.
Oh, it's all right. You sound way worse. That's why black people are smart. White people, we do crazy stuff. We swim with sharks. We go bungee jumping, cliff diving. Ask a black guy, why do they do that? I go, I don't know. That's white people shit. That's a good answer. They don't sit around going, well, Europe. I Ubered here. I had a real chatty driver. Oh, don't you hate that? Wouldn't it be nice if there was a small talk option on the app, But there isn't, so you gotta really find your own way to quiet the guy. I like to scare him, He's like, hey, how about this traffic? What do you think's causing this? I'm like, probably the Jews. He's like, I don't know, I'm just jealous of you gals, I guess, You got some options. You have the freedom to say no. Like if a girl goes on a date with a guy and this guy takes out his Nazi memorabilia, she's like, I get the hell out of here. If I go on a date with a girl and she takes out her Nazi memorabilia, I'm like, I gotta bang her and get the hell out of here. Could be a long winter. Thanks a lot. I'm Kevin Hart. You guys were great. What a crowd. Thank you so much for coming out. I appreciate it. Praise Allah. Get home safe. I'm gay. Thank you. Have a good night. Keep it up. LA, I love you. Comedy.